Hi, Stacy with Bluebird Paper and Thread here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is Sunday, June 4th. I am coming to you a day late because yesterday was a very busy day. I worked and then I came home and I got cleaned up and I went to a friend's memorial service. Family friend, she's known me since before I was born. And she passed away a couple weeks ago, and the family asked my sister, a friend of ours, and me to kind of man and host the food table, make sure that everything was out and replenished and going smoothly so they could just do what they needed to do. And so of course I was happy to do that, and it was a wonderful day, wonderful afternoon, all things considered. Of course, the weather, I mean, we've been under a perpetual cloud for, it seems like, eons, and it was sunny, perfect temperature. You just couldn't have asked for a better day. So I was very happy to do that for them. And I came home and I just kind of like sat. Like, I'm not gonna do a video. It was 7:30 at night. I was tired. I needed to rest, and I was a little bit more tired than usual because I have been recovering from the flu. I had the flu on Wednesday, so thank God it was only like a 12 or 15-hour bug. It came on fast and hard, and it left pretty quickly too. Fairly contagious. My husband got it the day after me. My son got it yesterday. Everybody's feeling much better. I'm only kind of keeping tabs on my daughter, hopefully because she's in and out so much and not here very much. It'll miss her. I've been so when I have been feeling up, have a little bit of energy, I go through and I do a heavy duty cleaning on the bathrooms and wipe down all of the high touch surfaces in the house, and try to get it out of my house. And I don't know, we'll see how it works. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This channel is about cross stitching, maybe a little bit of sewing, eventually, hopefully, maybe a little quilting and paper crafting. I like to do cards and make gift card holders and money holders, treat bags, things like that. If you like what you see, please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the videos, comment if you feel so inclined to do so. I love to hear from you. I do read the comments. I do try to respond to most of them, either with a little heart or a thumbs up or an actual like written response. I do try to do that as much as possible. If you're returning, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you're back to see what I've been up to this week. This week was kind of a productive week, all things considered. I have a haul, and I have some whips, and I have some new starts, and I have a project that I am starting to kit up right now, and I kind of want your opinion on it. I'm leaning towards it to be a little different, but it's a bold choice, so we'll get to that in a minute. Paper crafting. My nephew is graduating from a junior college on Thursday, so I always like to make them cards, and so this is what I did for him. He did a program where he could get his welding certificate along with an AA, so we're real happy for him. So I made this card. It's a shaker card. Shaker cards are always big hits. Oh, the inside. Very simple on the inside. And then this is the money holder. So the money will go in there. And then on the back, he can pull from here. And I just did some fun things on the back. I'll put this in a bag. Glue it together once the money's in there, and he should be able to get to it pretty easily. But this is what I did last weekend, and I think they turned out really cute. I'm really happy with them. let's go ahead and get started with my whips. I pulled out last night. I stitched on some Patriotic last night when I got home, and my eyes got tired. Then I switched to Florence, the Chicken Club. Little bit bigger weave on the fabric, a little easier on the eyes. So I put a little bit of time in, maybe 30 minutes on this one. We're already in June. I'm still on February. That tells you how fast I'm stitching these. I went ahead and I put all of these on floss drops. I know weeks and weeks ago I said, I don't think I'm going to do floss drops. Well, I've come to the conclusion that I do like to do the floss drops. It keeps everything organized a little bit better. Neater, less tangles. I am stitching this on 20, it's the called for fabric, 25 count barley Evenweave vintage cloth. And I'm using the Chicken Club thread pack. So I think I've mentioned before, I know I've mentioned before, if there's a thread pack and I need a few, now that I've been ordering thread packs and flosses and the things, if I feel like I need most of the colors or 3 or 4 of the colors, I will often just buy the thread pack, make that investment so that it's all together. That way I don't have to worry about it, because every time I'm kitting up a project, if I need to go to the store and buy a floss or order a floss, I always forget one color. And it doesn't matter if I double and triple check, it doesn't get on my list, and I don't buy it. So if I can do a thread pack where everything is there, that saves a lot of time. So this is what she looks like. I had already done the pink wing, and so now I started on the green body. So the green was maybe about 30 minutes or so. I did have to take a little bit out because, you know, counting's hard late at night when you're tired, and I was messing up here. So I worked on that. I'm not in any rush. I thought, oh, when this club came out, I thought, okay, I'll stitch 1 a month. I can do that. And then I messed up on the first one several times, and it slowed me down and put me way behind. And then I got distracted with the other things that I'm stitching. So I just figure when they get done, they get done. It'll be okay. Patriotic stitching. I have been working on Land That I Love, and I made the decision during the month of June in particular, I'm going to spend several nights, 2-3 nights, working on this piece. And I did. And I'm working on this house. I have these 2 done, everything done, you know, from here all the way over, and I'm working on this house. I love houses in cross-stitch pieces, I really do, but I don't enjoy stitching them because they take a long time. At least they take me a long time. Anyways, so this is where I am at. So I finished the building, the building of the house. I guess it's on this side. I'm still trying to get used to my new computer and where the screens are, or how when I'm holding something, how it relates in the screen. But I finished the building here, and then I started on the bricks down here. So I've just got to fill in the bricks, and I've got to do the windows, the roof, and then there's 2 chimneys. No, 1 chimney on the top, and then I'll be done with the house. And then I think from that point forward, I think it'll be pretty quick to finish stitching. But anyways, this is where I'm at. It's coming along. Uh, this was a birthday start. My birthday's in August. I would love to have it done by August. Not sure that's going to happen. But maybe if I work on it a few nights every week through June, see where that puts me. And if I continue to work on it a few nights through July, maybe it'll actually get done. We'll see. I put some time in on Be True by Calico Confectionery. Sorry, I thought I heard my front door open, so I'm waiting for a kid to come out. Yep, hold on. Sorry. Needed to get the update of what the kid was doing. Anyways, Calico Confectionery, Be True. I put a little time in on that. I am stitching this on... what am I stitching this on? It's called Slate, and I'm using the called for colors. Anyways, this is my progress. I'm stitching the green all the way across. I think I'm pretty close to being done with the green. It's coming along. I like it on this gray. I don't know why I can't figure out what I'm stitching this on. Called for colors. I think it's going to look really, really nice when it's done. Clearly Sundays are not the day for me to be filming because of all the interruptions I'm getting. That was my husband, who clearly is feeling better. The flu hit me, then the next day it hit my husband, and 2 days later it hit my son. And my husband's like, Olive Garden tonight? I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyways, so this one's going to be really pretty. I'm really happy with this fabric. I think it's going to work out really nicely. I found the tag. Hand dyed 40 count Newcastle linen, and I'm stitching this 1/2 from Fiber on a Whim, and it's Slate. So yeah, this one's turning out really good. I'm fine. I feel like a little bit of like distracted today. I apologize. Okay. All right. Next, Star Spangled ornaments. Last week I asked you all what you were stitching, if you were doing red, white, and June, if you were doing any patriotic stitching, and several of you said that you were working on this too. So I'm very excited. I'm starting to see finishes and I'm loving it. And I have completed the stitching on 4 of them. So I have the hat, Uncle Sam's hat, and a cupcake, and July 4th, and the kite. And I'm now working on, I believe it's the popsicle. Yeah, that's how much I got done on the popsicle. I'm stitching this with the called for flosses. Again, the thread pack, which are all classic colorworks, really pretty patriotic colors. And I'm stitching it on the called for fabric, which is 25 count Evenweave in Pebble, vintage cloth by Lori Holt. So those are coming along. My goal is to have them all finished before the 4th of July, so that before the end of June, so that I can have them prepped. I want to do them in the tart pans. I've got the tart pans, which I showed the last video, I believe. And then I'm going to put them on this. I'm going to take off the clothespins and I'm going to hang them on this garland and put them up in my craft room. So kind of excited about these. They are working up really quickly. I'm really, really happy. And celebrating a year of celebrations. I am now working on July. I've had to restart this one once or twice because counting is hard. I'm using the called for DMCs. And I don't think I've made any changes to this one. I'm 2/2. And I am stitching this on this was in there. It doesn't belong in there. I'm stitching this on 32 count Desert Opalescent Lugana. Can you see how just, I don't know, a little distracted. Anyways, I like the sparkle in this fabric. The pieces that are done and on display, it adds just a little subtle interest. I really do like it. So this one should probably be finished in the next, if not this next week, 2 weeks. And then I can start on August. And summer stitching seasons. This is a quarterly kit that comes from Fat Quarter Shop, and it comes with the fabric, which is 28 count thin white pine board Evenweave by Fabric Flair, and it comes with the chart, of course, which this is the chart, and it comes with a little informational card that tells you everything that comes in the kit and the value, so you kind of know what you're getting for your value. And then the flosses, all fancy floss, classic colorworks, in all the called for colors, and then you get a piece of finishing fabric, and of course the bag and the zipper pull. And I'm really pleased with my progress on this one. So I almost finished the building, and I added in the strawberries. I have to do the yellow seeds, I think, on the strawberries, and then I have to fill in, there's a little bit of that beige color, I think, on the inside of the door here. Then I can start on the flowers at the top. So I want to get this done before we get too far into summer, because I got the spring one done right as spring was getting ready to end, and I'd like to enjoy this one finished a little bit longer. So I put a little bit more time in on this. I put a couple stitching sessions in a week on this to kind of get it done. I do have the finishing boards from Chantel's 141 Design Company, and I'm contemplating and deciding how I want to finish the summer board. I have an idea, not sure how it's going to turn out. So as I'm going to craft stores, I'm looking for the things that I need to make that finish, see if I can source them. And if I can, I may try to finish it the way that I've got in my mind, which I think it'll be kind of cute. So we'll see. New starts. I think they're all patriotic, which is good because it's red, white, and June. Yes, red, white, and June. I started 4th of July in a jar by Madame Chantilly. I did not realize how large this piece was going to be. And I didn't want to stitch it to be a really big piece. It's 290 by 182 stitches. That's big. So I sat with my calculator and the stitch calculator, and I tried to figure out if I stitched it on different sizes of fabric, 1/1 or 2/1, how would it turn out? And I decided 32 count 1/1 was the way to go. I'm going to change it because I am so incredibly unhappy. I almost went blind. They're so tiny. I don't like the quality of it. I mean, so I'm gonna stop stitching it this way, and I think I'm just gonna go 2 on 2. And then what I will use it for, if it's too big and I don't want to frame it in here, maybe I'll make it into a pillow, or maybe I'll make it into a project bag. We'll see. I really didn't want to get into project bags. I like the bags that I use, which are these bags from Amazon. You can get like 50 of them for really inexpensive. They're good quality. Everything stays dry. If like something, like if a drink sweats on it or something, it doesn't get wet. Everything inside stays dry. I really like these bags. They're all uniform in color. I mean, in size. They have different colors. So if you wanted to color coordinate with your pieces, you could. So I didn't really want to get started on the fabric project bags because I know me, and I know the minute I start on those bags is the minute I will have to make a ton of them. And honestly, it's something that I'm considering to make to sell anyways, but I'm just not ready to start on those just yet, so I'm trying not to do project bags. We'll see. But I cannot stitch 1/1 on 32 count. It's literally making me go blind. I'm stitching this on 32 count natural Belfast linen from Zweigart. Got this at Hobby Lobby. So it's a decent size. It's a decent cut. I'm just not digging the that's tiny. I was really struggling. I worked so long and just got that far, and my eyes never adjusted, and I thought, I can't do it. So I started it, and I will restart it. And when I do, you'll see it. Okay. Oh, did I talk about the flosses? Called for flosses. The colors in these flosses are really beautiful. So, I love everything about it. I just made a bad choice. Not on the fabric, I don't think, but on how I'm stitching it on that fabric. Next, I started my Home Sweet Home by Brenda Gervais. This is the one where I had everything kitted ready to go. I thought I was good, missing one color. Using the called for flosses. If I'm not, I think I'm using all of the called for flosses. And I think the one I'm missing is a DMC. So just a really nice color palette. And I am stitching this on 36 count Flax linen by Zweigart. And that's my start. This was starting to work up really, really quickly. I almost could put it down. So, I'm thinking this one might get done before July. And if it does, I'd love to make it into a pillow. I think that's the finish I want to do on this. I don't know how I'm going to finish off the pillow, like what kind of trim, but I would like that as a pillow, I think. And then my last one is a Patreon chart from May. No, is it from May? Yeah. May Patreon chart from Teresa Kogut. So I decided to give this a try. And I'm stitching this on a fabric. I liked the plaid fabric that I was using for another piece that I haven't worked on for a couple of weeks. So I thought, I wonder what a patriotic piece would look like on a patriotic or on a gingham. So I'm using all the called for flosses, and I'm stitching this on 32 count, 2/2 on 32 count Murano Carre in Taupe, Hobby Lobby. And this is my start. I'm loving how the stitches on this fabric are laying. It's kind of like an Evenweave. It's really a nice fabric to stitch on. Not very much came in that pack, but enough to do this project at least. So I'm excited. I like the way it's turning out. All the called for flosses. Oops. I have all the called for flosses. The only one that's missing is blue corn, and that's in another project. That's in the My Home Sweet Home by Brenda Gervais. So I'm gonna stitch. That's my next thing, is stitch over so I can use all of the blue corn that I need in that piece, and then I'm gonna move it over to this one. But the flosses are really pretty, and I'm enjoying it. Oops. It's like, this is what I think, this is the chart right now that I think about when I'm out at work, you know, shopping. This is the one I want to come home to and start stitching. So I started that, and I think that's it for my stitching. Let's go into haul. One of the things I purchased this week was Celebrate the Years from Hands On Design. We're going to be celebrating 30 years of marriage this year, and I thought I had heard someone mention that they have 20, 25, 30, and 40, 50, and 60, but it didn't say in the description at all, so I emailed them. They're like, oh yes, and they said all of the years that it celebrates, that this works up at, and 30 was in there, so I'm like, okay. So I'm going to stitch this, maybe either to be done by our anniversary, which is July 31st, or as a start on our anniversary. We'll see. I'm not sure on colors. Really easy to do the 25 or the 50 because it's silver or gold, but I don't know what to do for 30. My colors for my wedding were teal and purple, like lavendery purple, and a little bit of pink. This is only 2 colors, so I don't know if I want to use the wedding colors or if I want to stitch white and accent with the wedding colors. Any thoughts? I'm open. Let me know what you think. The other thing that I did, June 1st, obviously rolled around, and that means that Teresa Kogut updated her Patreon. And so this was tier 2, 3, and 4 free chart, Stitchy Friends Forever. Super cute. My Heart is Fed. This is a tier 3 and 4. So she does a different chart. She does a chart for all of the tiers 2, 3, and 4, 3 and 4, and 4. So tiers 3 and 4 only have access to this one. Tiers 2, 3, and 4 have access to this one. And the tiers are just different price points that you pay. Tier 4, I think, is $20 a month. And then a Stitcher's Garden. She also does a $5 ornament for her Patreon group. This one, it was a round, small. I think it had flowers, and it said SFF, Stitchy Friends Forever. I opted not to get it at this time. I have the whole month to think about it. I opted not to get it this time. It didn't speak to me. She said it would be really cute to do as a small exchange at a retreat. I'm not going to a retreat anytime soon. I don't have any friends around me that like to stitch right now, so it's not like I can do it as a gift and give it to somebody. So I just opted not to get it right now. We'll see. I could change my mind later. I mean, it's only $5, but when I'm trying not to spend on my stitchy stuff, I'm doing better, but still. Along with purchasing the hands-on design Celebrate the Years, I also broke down. I've been eyeballing this since I saw it, and I finally broke down and just bought it. But it's Mend by Hands-On Design. The shape intrigues me, the stitching is darling, and I had to get it. And of course, when I was on her website, there are many blocks. We're starting with Mend. I could buy all of the things, and I thought, no, just get Mend. So I did. And if I had realized, honestly, that the Celebrate the Years was a download, I probably would have only purchased the download, but I didn't. I thought I was ordering a paper chart. And if I'm ordering a paper chart, I'm going to order at least 2, if not 3 things from the company so that I can make the shipping worthwhile. Anyways. And then my floss frenzy came in May. Blue jeans. This is Weeks Dye Works. Blue jeans, blue spruce, blue suede, blue topaz, blue coat, and blue coat blue, and blue coat red. These colors are really pretty. This is a good way to build up your stash, and I am starting to think, well, maybe I should drop out of these clubs for a while, and then my shipment comes, and they're so pretty, and I have used them. Like, they've come in handy, so I'm kind of afraid to let it go. Blue jeans, a really pretty blue gray, blue spruce, nice variegation in that one. Greens, blue suede, just a real pretty darker blue, blue topaz. I love this color. It's so bright and vibrant. A little bit of variegation, really pretty. And blue coat blue, kind of reminds me almost of a cornflower blue, but not quite. Just a really pretty blue. And then blue coat red. I don't even know how to describe this. A corally red, really pretty. So that was my Weeks Dye Works Floss Frenzy. And then last but not least, I had ordered weeks ago some fabrics from Fabric by Stephanie, and it finally came in. I ordered this for the Polar Plunge, and I find that when I look for fabrics, I'm like, ooh, I wish I had, and I don't have it. Or I wish I had that in this count, and I don't have it. So I went ahead and I spent a couple $100 on this. I was able to use points from my credit card, so it really wasn't as bad as that sounds. And I got nice cuts. I think these are all yard cuts. No. 3 of them are yard cuts, and 1 of them is, I think, maybe a fat quarter. But I picked up Polar Plunge in 32 count linen, and I got a yard of this. And I got this one for the Polar Plunge series, which, by the way, the narwhal, the last chart of the series, is going up for download, purchase and download on Hands On Design website Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time, I think is what she said. You could go to her YouTube channel. She did a video one day this week about it, and I think if you're on her her newsletter list, she sent an email out for that as well. It's downloads, so there's no rush. You're not going to miss it. They're not going to run out of stock. It's literally an instant download. So once I get that chart, my kitting will be complete, I think, and then I can start working on it. But isn't this beautiful? It really is such a pretty fabric. And I got a yard of it. I know I'm not going to need a yard, but it's so pretty. So I'm either going to stitch on Polar Plunge, which is this color was designed for that series, or I'm going to use Frozen Fractals, also 32 count linen. And I am not sure which I'm going to do. I'm kind of leaning towards this one because the paper on the finishing that she did on her charts, I wish I brought the charts out. She did a navy blue snowflake paper on the board. I don't have navy blue. I don't want to go buy navy blue. I have a really pretty Lawn Fawn paper that is aqua with gold snowflakes on it. So I'm thinking this one might be, because it has a little bit of that green, that aqua color in it, I'm thinking this might be the one that I use for Polar Plunge, the series. And then I did order this weekend the finishing wood ornament pieces from Chantel's 141 Design Company. So those 2 I will decide on in a little bit. I also ordered Colonial Parchment. It's a 40 count linen, and it's kind of a pinky beige. It doesn't really show pinky on the screen, but the modeling is really pretty on this. Can't you see? You can kind of see right here. It's a little pinky, peachy. It's beautiful though. I love it. I can't wait to use it. It'll probably be used for one of my patriotic stitches. And then I thought I wanted to try the chocolate milk, and this I got in a 40 count linen as well. And this was, I think it's a fat quarter, I don't know, fat half maybe, 18 by 26. Beautiful modeling. It really does look like chocolate milk. So I'm sure I'll use this for something fun too. If not a patriotic stitch, then maybe one of my my samplers that I have waiting in the wings, waiting to decide on a fabric. So those finally came in. It took a while, but from what I can tell, well worth the wait. So I'm very excited to get going on this, to pick my fabric and to start working on the Polar Plunge series. Can't wait. So there's that. Now I need your opinion. I am stitching. I'm not stitching it yet. I will be stitching Tiny Town, Seaside Tiny Town. And I am going bold on a fabric choice. It calls for 32 count natural brown undyed linen 2/2. I had picked up this piece of fabric, sorry for the crinkling, a while ago because I was adding to my stash and I wanted some colors to have just to choose from. And I picked up this, and it's called My Garden in Autumn by Manny Didana. And I'm seriously considering, let's see if this helps a little bit, using this, because look at the colors on it. These are the colors I have so far, but look at how those colors are kind of popping off of it. I'm on the struggle bus in so many ways today. If you're still with me, thank you. So what do you think? Should I go more milk chocolate maybe? Here's the milk chocolate. Or should I do something fun and different and go with My Garden in Autumn? I don't know. If you have an opinion, let me know. I'm curious to see what y'all think. I do want to stitch this using the called for flosses, and of course, I don't have all the called for flosses. In fact, I think I'm missing all of these. So I have to decide if I want to do DMC or called for, and I really do think I want to do called for. So I may have to do a little more shopping. It's not really what I wanted to do, but you know, when you want a piece to look a certain way, sometimes you just have to buy the fabric that you want, or the flosses and the fabric that you want. So anyways, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to share. I think that's it. What a video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you made it to the end, yay, thank you. I appreciate it. I think that's it this week. It will be another busy one. I start training some new high school kids to our program this week, and start training some of our camp staff this coming weekend. Oh, that's what I want to say. This next weekend coming up, I'm working all weekend. I'm working Saturday and I'm working Sunday. If I can get a video in to upload one day this weekend, I will. Otherwise, it may be a week gap. I am going to do my very best to get a video done because honestly, I have so much fun doing these. I don't know, I get a kick out of it. So I'm probably going to get a video pre-recorded, maybe Thursday night, Friday night, something like that, to go up on Saturday while I'm at work. But in the off chance that I don't, that's why. Anyways, I hope you have a great week. I hope you get some stitching done. If you're doing patriotic stitching, I hope you make some progress. And that's it for me. We will be talking soon. Happy stitching.